seeing and all knowing. If you see the live, your girl is live. If you don't, that means it's an upload, but I am live right now. Come on in, come on in. I'm not going to be here long. Actually, I'm going to be here 5 minutes, and I'm actually timing myself. I just wanted to jump on for a minute. Y'all saw the topic. Do we give to give? Do we give from our hearts? Or do we give looking for something in return? Isn't that a great topic for this Sunday afternoon? Hello, Miss Jean. Oftentimes, people give looking for, hey, Miss Charlene, girl, they're looking for something. Yeah. I have not really met, but like a group of people, like-minded people like myself, who give and ain't looking for nothing in return. When I give, I'm not looking for anything. When I give to my church or give something, or I'm donating this or donating that, I don't give looking for nothing. I don't. I tell the church, no, I don't need it. You know how when they have you as a speaker as a church, keep it. Don't no. For gas, I don't need it for gas. Keep it. I don't need it. Put it back in the church. Bless the church. I don't give looking for something. I always give. That's right, Miss Marcia. Hey, Miss Bobby M. Hello, I mean, Miss Jean. You should. That's right, Miss Shirley. You should give because that's what you want to do. You should have a cheerful heart. We got a set of twins. I didn't know they were twins. They're little girls, beautiful little girls. They're 3 years old. They always be out there. They be saying, hey. When we go to buy and give them something, we look for nothing in turn. We ask their parents, can we give it to them? And we give it to them. That's it. Like the little lawnmower with all the bubbles in it or whatever. I asked them, I said, I ordered this and it came. It's around Christmas. Do you mind if I give it to them? No. Because, hey, Miss Grace, because you give from your heart. So Tia came back in. She said, Doc, we didn't give them the bubbles. She said, take the bubbles and give to them. We took it and gave it to them. Okay, y'all see what Tia said, Luke 6:35. But love your enemies and do good, and lend expecting nothing in return. But how many people can do that? Y'all don't forget to thumbs the videos up and share. Hey, cuz, how you doing? When you give to someone, you ain't looking for nothing in return. And everything is not returned or predicated on a dollar. I continue to tell y'all that. Everything is not. But most of the time, people give to receive. And Miss Marcella ain't lying now. Miss Marcella's a cheerful giver like me.
It's more blessed to give than to receive.
Exactly. The blessings is in it. When I go and buy 5 and 6 dresses and shoes for little children, I had to go to Easter so they can be like other children. I look for nothing in return. Many times, I tell them, don't even say it came from me. Don't tell nobody it came from me. If it comes to something for the church, I may buy all the materials. Do not say it came from me. I don't want anything to do with that. You got to be a cheerful giver. But see, some people, they're not cheerful. They're miserable. Like I told a story on Facebook a few minutes ago about at that restaurant. If somebody, you know what, that brings me up to this lady. She got really, really sick. They thought she had cancer. She went in, she had surgery. She was losing all kind of weight and everything. I can't remember, was it lupus or something? But people were bringing her food every day after she got to the point where she could eat because she had lost all type of weight. And one lady called on the phone. She said, I want to bless you. I want to bless you with, a dinner. This is another person that was pretty much on a fixed income as well. She said, call into the same place where, I'm talking about. She said, call in and get you a 2 vegetables, a meat, and bread. And I'll stop by the store and get you, I think she did the cran apple, something like that. And so she said, the lady said, okay. When she got to the restaurant, the lady had put more on it than she had anticipated. She said she only had $20, but this lady had put all this other food on there. And so I just happened to be in the line, and I knew this lady. So I said, okay, I'll pay the rest. And so she said, but don't you think that was just not, that was ungrateful of her? And I told her, both of these are kind of like elderly people. I said, well, just don't worry about it, whatever. So that person called the one she was taking it to. See, that's why you don't know who talked to who. You don't know who see who. So she was telling me about that. The person told her, I wish you wouldn't have done that because it was embarrassing, because I was going to have to put back some of the stuff that you got because I told you to get a meat, 2 sides, and bread. And I was going to stop at the store and get the cranberry juice because she didn't want to pay it's almost $3 to get a drink at this place. And I told y'all it was already expensive, and she only had $20. So she was, trying to talk about the lady. And she said, when's she wrong? I said, you were wrong. And she said, what do you mean? She told me you paid the rest. I said, because I didn't want the lady to look embarrassed. I said, but you was wrong. When somebody's offering you, that's well enough. You didn't have to get, I almost said what it was. You didn't have to get these 2 other things, that was considered desserts. You didn't have to do that. But you did. And then you was going to talk about her. To me, that was ungrateful. Of course, I never told the lady I said anything about it, but it was ungrateful. Very ungrateful of her. So that Friday, she had told me that she wanted some fish. Now, I'm straightforward. I said, listen, let me ask you a question. Do you want fish? Yeah, very wrong. Or do you want a fish dinner? I said, let's get this straight. I said, because I know if you go back and you say something about me, I'm going to say, well, she's lying. So what you want? Go ahead and say what you want. And I said, I'm going to do one better than that. I said, hold on a second. Hey, is this dog? Yes. I got somebody on the phone that needs to place an order. And so she placed the order. And I said, okay. I said, do you want anything else? She said, no. She said, you said you was going to pick me up one of those tropical Sprites. I said, yes, I will. Not too far from my house. So I said, well, okay, I'll see you later. Called back to the place and said, let me go ahead, and put it on my card. I wasn't finna put my card number out there. I said, let me put it on my card so I can just pick it up. Or either they bring it to you. Y'all know why I did that? Because had I let her call, I don't know what she would have put down. Because she told me, no, I just want a fish. I just got a taste for a fish sandwich. That's what she said now. These people be open on Friday nights. Now, don't tell lies. And they have whole catfish. They have catfish fillet. They have hush puppies. They have cheese grits, regular grits, coleslaw. And they have barbecue. And then they have the different types of bread. Like some of it is barbecue bread. Some of it is rolls. Whatever. And they have French fries. So remember now, she said, I just want the fish. She said she just wanted a double catfish fillet sandwich. Okay? But on the phone, as she was ordering, she wanted a 2-piece catfish fillet dinner with fries, coleslaw, and cheese grits. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hey.
What you say, Doc? Okay. She said she wanted a double catfish fillet. That means the head ain't on it. Okay? That's what she wanted. So when I called them, she wanted a catfish, 2-piece catfish fillet dinner. She wanted the coleslaw. What was it? The coleslaw cheese grits. And coleslaw, it was 3 sides: coleslaw, cheese grits, and fries. And they have regular bread that or they have the barbecue bread because they do have barbecue on the side. And she wanted 2 pieces of the Texas toast, the barbecue toast. Yeah. And then she asked them, she said, "Did y'all do any pies or cakes this week?" I'm listening to the whole thing now because I'm on the phone. And he said, "No, ma'am." He said, "Doc," he said, "we only have the coconut pie." And she said, "Oh, I'll take a slice of that." Now, listen now. This done went from, I ain't lying, Tia killing herself, I ain't lying. I told this story before. She done went from a double catfish fillet sandwich. That means you got your bread and you got your 2 pieces of catfish. And they will put, they'll put the mayo and the lettuce, whatever pretty much you want on it, they'll put on in the sandwich because they sell sandwiches. But when we got on there, she wanted a 2-piece catfish fillet with the coleslaw, the fries, and the cheese grits. Yes. And they had barbecue on the side too, but she wanted the Texas toast that comes with the barbecue. Y'all know what the toast that come with barbecue. Then she asked them, did they have any, any desserts or cakes or something like that? And then he said, "No, I ain't got nothing but the coconut pie, Doc. I'll take a piece of that." And then she said, "Don't forget to stop by and get my tropical Sprite." I said, "Okay." And I hung up the phone, and like I said, I called back and I paid it with my card. And actually, you can go in there and bring it out. They brought it out to me. That whole thing came to be almost $25. Okay? Because you don't supposed to get nothing but the 2-piece fish dinner, which comes with your 2 sides. Yeah, 2 sides. And then you could get, if you're not going to get the hush puppies, they give you the Texas toast. Yeah. Oh, I knew it was something I was forgetting. She said, "Do y'all pay for the large cup of ice? Do we have to pay for a large cup of ice?" I said, "Listen, that'll be all." And I said, "Okay, I'll see you." And I hung up the phone. I was not going to pay that. This place, they charge $2 for the big cup of ice. Like this, they charge $2 for that. Yeah, they do. I went right on that to that store and got the cup of ice. Well, I go in all the time and just get a cup of ice. It's nothing because they have a cup for ice. She said, "Oh, I thought I was going to get one of them big ones." I said, "No, you wasn't." Be considered one other. "Yes, ma'am, Miss Jackson. Tia killing herself. I'll be telling Tia that." "Yes, ma'am." Jesus, Miss Marcia. She took advantage of your kindness, and that she did. But I told Tia, now, I could have easily said, "You ain't getting that. You gonna get that fish sandwich, like you said, or you ain't gonna get nothing." I told Tia, sometimes if she had caught me in a bad thing, she would have got all that. Tia tell you that. But I told Tia my mind was on a lot of other stuff, and she was the last thing on my mind. So I just bought it. Sometimes, Miss Marcia, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something about the dog. Sometimes you give people exactly what you want to give them to get rid of them. What you say, dog? Sometimes you give people exactly what they want so you can get rid of them. I told Tia that when Tia said, "Why did you buy that?" No. It's been 2 years and I have not given her a piece of bubble gum. It was enough to get rid of her. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She will not try it again. It's been 2 years. No, ma'am. Nope. No, she won't try it again. But sometime, who we praying for? Mr. Keith. Oh, yeah, Miss. Yes, we are praying for Keith. Yes, I understand, Miss Bobby. Yes, and this is the thing. She wanted more. Yes, she did want more than that. But I told Tia, said, did she ever call you back? Dog, I said, never ask for nothing else. You know why? Because when I took it there, I told her, I said, here it is. And it was a blessing to be a blessing. But if you tell me one thing, that's what I expect. I said, and I just wanted to see how far it would go. I have heard several people say this about you. You have been down sick for a while. Soon, nobody, they're not going to offer you anything. It's been 2 years now. This same woman called me back and told me she can't get nobody to bring her a cup of water. You know why? She was sick. But during the time she was sick, she took advantage of people. And people don't forget that. You cannot take advantage of people. I did not give her anything expecting something back. I didn't. I gave that and I bought that because I could afford to give it to her. And that's what I did. And I ain't looked back on it. God has blessed me abundantly since then. So sometimes, and my Auntie Betty told me this. I've seen my Auntie Betty do it too many times. My Auntie Betty says sometimes you give up a little to get rid of what you need to get rid of. I never understood that, but I understand it now. Mm-hmm. My aunt was selling plays. And she turned her back to go to the bathroom. Somebody distracted her husband, and somebody else was telling her, they told her, they said, they called her the mother of the house. Mother Betty, he took 3 plates off the table. Because she looking like, well, I'm short. She never said anything to him, and he never came back. She said, if them 3 plates can cause me to cut ties, I'll cut the ties. And you know what she did? When she saw him, maybe 6 months later, she charged $12 a plate. They get the fish of whatever kind. They get the spaghetti, you remember when Auntie Betty used to sell them plates, cuz, and they get the bread, and she having to get whatever kind of soda bottle water they want. And she mostly did her stuff for the church. And she was just telling that she said, I'd rather give them plates. And when she saw them, she talked to them like it was nothing. And like I said, the place was $12. She went in her pocketbook and said, the last plate you got on me, here's the money back. With a smile. And she said, come on, baby. And so I said, why did you do that? She said, if it took only $12 to get rid of him, I didn't need him. I get that. Sometimes, and this lady, like I said, when cuz just say she'll ask again, never asked again. But they'd tell me that she can't get nobody to bring her a cold glass of water. You can hang yourself. I tell people that all the time. You can hang your own rope. But you got to look at your heart. And people wonder why they catch hell, because this woman caught some hell later. And they wonder why they catching hell. Why you think? You're not a cheerful giver. And they say, God, our God, like a cheerful giver. I'm happy when I give. Yes. So, sometimes, if it's $20, like I pay over $20 for that lady, I've never taken her another meal. Never. And we're mad at her. See, she'll call, when I have time and I'll talk to her and everything. Not mad at her at all. But she done too many people like that. And you know what it's called? Users. People always wanting something for nothing and wanting to be the whole show. You're not the whole show. Take a step back. Be cheerful. And I'm going to tell you, you won't have to ask anybody for anything. They'll send it to you. They will. Somebody had said something that they liked. I was telling Tia. And Tia said, what you going to do with it? I said, honey, I already done gifted it to somebody else. This don't have anything. This not social media. This real life stuff. I said, I already gifted it to somebody else. That's right, Miss Yvette. Give without boasting. You get blessed with good. Yes. And you have to have good intention, because let me tell y'all something. We living out here in a mean world. We living out here where people are doing anything. People will sell their soul for $1. Now, people keep asking me about the P. Diddy stuff. Notice, I'm not talking about that. I didn't even talk about the R. Kelly stuff. P. Diddy did what he did. He been doing it, whatever they say he did. Nothing just happens. Why is all that coming up now? Is it a distraction? Because they talking more about P. Diddy than they talked about that bridge over here that ship hit over in Maryland. What in the world is going on with the world? I ain't got time. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry with everything P. Diddy did, how they say he messed up people's lives. I am sorry. But I'm out here talking about things and hitting the streets because there's a lot of people ain't getting the meal. And then there's a lot of people that's sitting over in a corner telling, okay, what about me? What about me? What about you? What about you? People will make up 101 excuses. Why they can't do this, why they can't do that, when all the time they're looking and they're looking for something. See, people want you to be there when they going through their hell. But where are you where were you when I was going through mine? See, people want to be the whole show. You ain't the whole show. You ain't God. Take 100 seats back. Because don't nobody control me. Don't nobody control me on the internet, and don't nobody control me in the real life. I look up to the master. I'm not afraid to speak. I speak my mind, but I do it in a respectful way. But people continue to talk about, what about me? What about you? What about you? This ain't about you. Everybody want to make something about them. It ain't about you. Yes, in the bushes looking, wanting, lurking. And I can roast you, but why would I? I don't care enough about you to do that. God said he was going to take care of it. But you go around being messy, hopping from this place to this place to this place. Then you got some content creators, a messy too. They turn around and they listen to all this. And please, they don't talk about you like a dog. We going to hell in a handbasket, just like I said. That's the reason why I don't deal with people. I don't deal with a lot of people. I deal with my squad. I love my squad. Whatever God tell me to give them. But what people want is for you to just give. They want you to give, and they giving nothing. Nothing. But they smart opinions. I see it everywhere. If somebody posts out here that they need help and you can't help them, pass on by. Pass on by. If you don't like her and you think she too fat and she need to stop eating, pass right on by. Because you can't stop nobody from eating. Who are you? The eating police now? And if we looked at you, you might not be as small as you could pretend to be. You got a picture up from 30 years ago. And you're out here talking about folk. Talking about folk need to lose weight, and so do you. We all can stand. I don't get it. And when I get to talking like that, I cut the conversation. I cut it. If you want, if friends, if you want Tia to lose weight, you call Tia and tell her, don't be over here telling me. That ain't got nothing to do with the doc and her channel. But that's how messy people are. They messy. And let me tell y'all something. When God tell y'all don't call them folk, or you better not call them. They waiting to set you up. Yeah. Y'all, you got to know the game. You got to know it. But that's what people do. And Tia just looked at me. She said, Doc, I said, don't even worry about it. It ain't even we need to worry about it. Very messy. So when you see people that come on here that really love folk, really helping folk, child, a lot of people didn't care because that woman and that little girl were homeless. If y'all want me to tell y'all the truth. Well, Doc, why she can't go back home to her family? You think I'm finna tell you her business? Are you able to go to yours all the time? See, it's all them opinionated and want to talk about folk. I ain't got time for that. I don't. It's a choice. You either help or you don't. And most of the time, the only thing you running is your mouth. Yeah, the mindset, Miss Jackson. And these be people who have kids who have asked for help. Come on now. I'm telling you, we got to stop. We got to stop, and we all bleed red blood. I don't care what color you are. It does not matter to you. I'm a military brat. We didn't care. We didn't care. My daddy said you treat folk the way they treat you. And a lot of times, it's people who don't look like you that help you. In almost all cases. I flipped my car when I was going to Albany State. Nobody who looked like me stopped. I've told that story 20 years. No one looked like me stopped to help me. So you better get color out your mind. And better get your mind on God and people. See, I love people. I don't care. I don't care what color. It doesn't matter. And it should matter. And you know why it matters to children? Because you all make children aware of that. If you never made them aware of it, children don't see that. They don't see it. They don't care. A child wants another child to play with. They don't care. But it's the adults that poison the children. Unfortunately. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be the parents, but it's somebody that they're around. It doesn't matter to me. It's in the heart. It doesn't matter. It has never mattered to me. It never matters. And it would never matter to me. Never. Because I wasn't raised like that. And if you look at it, some of the people who don't look like me are the ones who have really helped me. It's taught in the home. Yeah, it is. But I got some people that love the dog. They don't look like the dog. And I love them. Yes. And I definitely love my cousin. She's biracial. I love her. Love her to death. Don't care. When she told me, I said, do you think I can't see? I don't care. I love her. That shouldn't matter. You know, the guy I work with, you know, his wife always joking. She said, you the wife at work. He Caucasian. I said, yeah. I'm the wife at work. I'm going to take him for you. I look at the heart of man. I've always have. My auntie Betty taught me that. Do you know back in the day, when the insurance men would come around to get your insurance once a month? Honey. Oh, I almost called their name. They're still living. When they see me, they say, oh, they say, your mom, know your mama proud of y'all. They will come around 5 o'clock on they'll come the first, second, the third. My auntie Betty be on cook dinner. She cooked dinner every day, but she made sure she cooked for them. And they'll sit there and they'll just eat it. And sometimes on Sunday, he'll call her and say, listen, I'ma give, and she was talking about her husband, I'ma give him some money. You go to that store and buy whatever you need for the whole week. He said, I gave you special money for Sunday. Me and my wife and my 2 children gonna come and visit y'all. That man did that almost every other month. They were like family. Like family. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes. Oh, God. Wise and feared God and did not care about the color. Those kids called my auntie Betty Nana. Nana. Nana bread. Nana bread. That's what we want. And when he would leave, when he went on the first of the month, my aunt would cut pieces of bread because his sons love them. Cut pieces of bread and send it to him with one of those big gallons of the milk jug with that tropical punch, fruit punch, and grape mixed together. They loved it. They loved it. Loved it. When I tell you, those were the times. Those were the times. What has happened to us? There was somebody trying to call. What happened to us? We need to get back to that. We need to get back to loving people for who they are. Tomorrow is not promised. When my sister passed, I'll tell you, over half of the church was all different ethnicities. Because my father didn't teach us to look at color. You look at a man's heart. And some of them ladies still call me. People can understand. The only thing you got to do is show up and people will know who you are. That's all you got to do. I've been on here for a while. Y'all know my heart. I ain't looking for nothing. I tell you that all the time. I don't need nothing. Yes, we do. It has no color, Miss Marcia. That's why God continue to bless you. That's why you're so blessed. Even with everything you went to, God is still blessing you because of your heart. All of y'all. God continues to bless you. And I asked him to add a double portion to everybody on here. That all will we be well. Not only with finances, but with your health, your children, and your livelihood. If you're trying to birth a business, pray about it and birth the business. Y'all, this is your girl. Saying it all knowing on YouTube and the knowing on Facebook. I will catch you all on the next video. I love you. God loves you more. This is the knowing in Tia and seeing it all knowing on YouTube. And we're out for tonight.